A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to Tiph'S Tuesdays live rehashed. We are in season 6, and I'm so excited for this new season. We got more special guests, and of course, more inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. Y'all, tonight we have a special guest that is here tonight. um, I'm just gonna go on and introduce her, Miss Barbara Owens. Hello, hello. How are you tonight?
How are you?
I am good. I am good. So we're gonna allow a few people to get in here on the live and everything like that. At this moment, share. If you are tuning in, share the podcast. Like I say all the time, we don't like to hoard this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. We want to get it out there to the world because we all need to be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give everybody a little moment, hit that share button. Let's see. And remember, we are going live on Facebook and we are going live on YouTube. If you are not following Tips Tuesdays, please do go and follow the podcast. Not only is tonight the first episode of Live Rehash, but it is also, well, a new episode dropped today on the audio podcast. So y'all go and check out that episode for today and get you some more inspiration on any platforms that you listen to podcasts. So all right, so I gave y'all a little time to hit that share button and everything like that. At this time, I'm going to have Miss Barbara introduce herself, let everybody know who you are.
All right, all right. First off, thank you for having me here. I'm really excited, a little bit nervous, but really excited to be here with you tonight. I am Barbara Owens. I am a woman of God. I love the Lord. I'm the author of Uncover to Recover. God cleared the debris and unveiled my value. That was my first book. And after that, I just started rolling. So I do like to write. I like to write poetry as well. I love to inspire people. I'm the founder of Created to Inspire Inc. And we're all about encouraging and empowering and uplifting people who have been sexually misused and love abused, because, both things can happen. I'm a mother, elder at the church, and I just love people. I've never met a stranger.
All right. So I met Miss Barbara at was it Miss Lakeisha's book
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to get you for a book interview too. So we're gonna talk about that later too. But I am glad for the connections that are being made as I'm venturing out and doing new things this year. It's been a very adventurous 2024. Been going since February with everything. So between the podcast, the other podcast, singing, we just been on the road this year. So I'm excited about all of the opportunities that are coming my way. And like I said, the networking that is happening along the way.
Yeah.
So I'm meeting new people and just getting out there, getting a feel for everything. So we'll talk a little more about other things that she has going on here soon. We are going to get right into things with y'all. We about to get these announcements in. Y'all know how we do. I think the announcement part, the announcement time, be the favorite part of the show for me these days. But I always like to support others and what they have going on. Now, what I want to say is for future, if you have an advertisement that you would like to put on the show, um, get with me, inbox me, small fee, because we got to pay for things around here. But if you would like to get an advertisement in the show, this is the time and the opportunity to get that out there to another audience. So you never know who that you're going to reach when it comes to advertisement. So here we go.
Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements.
Okay, I don't know if it's breaking up on y'all's end. I don't know. Y'all let me know if it's doing anything weird connection wise. On my side, I'm feeling like it's breaking up. But it's announcement time. We're gonna get them in. I'm just gonna go in the order that I have right here. First, if you listen to any music, all my music lovers out there, y'all go and check out my music on all platforms. Go and check it out. I have some of everything really on there. Right now I am advertising my gospel music because that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing. Gospel, inspirational. Go and check it out on all platforms. Check me out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of those platforms. And anywhere that you stream music, you can put in TIPHANI. My latest project is Same Old Praise, the EP, Same Old Praise. So go and check that out. And here's a little snippet of that.
Make me more like you. Make me more like you. I don't wanna sing just a pretty song. Everything I do for you, I wanna please you, Lord. Show me how to be more like you, talk like you, Lord. And show me how to love your people so I can teach you know. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, love like you. Lord, I just wanna be like you. Walk like you, talk like you, love like you. Lord, I just wanna be like you.
All right, so y'all check that out. If you like that, you'll love the whole EP. I promise. Also, it's October now, so it is countdown for me because if you checked out in I think it was April, we had a concert. TNT, Tiffany and Tange and Tiffany, however you want to say it's TNT. We had a concert in April, and now we are going to be doing another TNT event. So y'all do not want to miss out. Put the date in your calendar. It is November the 16th, 2024. So you have plenty of time to get that in your schedule. We would love to see y'all. Y'all will see the actual flyer here soon, but it's going to be 6:30 p.m. at Restoration House of Praise, and I am just so excited for everything that we are doing with TNT. And that is a Riff and Rev production, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Okay, let's keep going because I don't want the announcements to be too long. All right. Thursday, y'all check me out. Thursday, I will be on another podcast. It's called Toledo to the World. Tune in. I will be posting a little more about that on my page. So y'all stay tuned for that. And then we have Miss Barbara. We have things going on with her. She has one date in March that y'all check that out. March 25th. I mean March 22nd. Sorry, 2025. It is mental health conversation panel, which I'll have her to expound on that a little more here in a minute. Also, October 5th, 2 p.m., Glow Up Chat on Facebook Live. So y'all go and follow her on Facebook Live so y'all can keep up with her and everything that she has going. Also, she will be on the Treasure Within podcast at 3 p.m. November the 3rd. So once again, y'all go and follow Miss Barbara Owens on social media, okay? And I'll have her expound on everything that she got going on. Also, go and like the Riff and Rev page. That's the other podcast that I am the host of. And go follow. We've been doing some book interviews. We got some adventures coming up. We've been putting on the TNT events. So y'all go and check it out. Check it out. I'm so excited for those things. It keeps me going, keep my blood pumping. Oh, and then, of course, we do not want to forget if you are not following the podcast, if you haven't listened to the audio podcast, Tiph'S Tuesdays, go subscribe, like, share, and follow on all social media. And whatever you listen to podcasts on, go and download, upload Tiph'S Tuesdays. Okay. All right. I think that I got all of the announcements out the way. So as you see, we got a lot going on. And as I've stated before, if you got any announcements, please get with me. Let me know. And so right now I'm gonna have Miss Barbara to expound on her events that she has going on. So tell them a little bit about what she got going on.
All right, all right. So this Saturday we've got the Glow Up Chat, and that's my podcast. I like to sit down and talk to people who are doing big things and encouraging other people and doing empowerment. So this weekend I get to talk to my friend, Mr. Handicapable, Pierre McMahon, and he's awesome. If y'all are not following him, definitely follow him. He does a lot in the community, especially with people with different abilities. And he's also an author. So we get down to hear all about the Handicapable movement. And then on November 3rd, I'll be a guest along with some other authors on the Treasure Within podcast. And that's going to be really dope because it's about breakthrough. And all the guests will have our authors and we've told our story. So I'm really looking forward to that, being in the room with those ladies. And then in March of next year, this mental health summit, you know, mental health is a big deal. And it's one of those things that I'm really excited that now, like in the church, we're becoming more open to talking about it. I think we always should have been that way, but I really thank God that people are talking more. So I'm excited to be on that panel as well.
I'm glad you said that about mental health. That is such a big topic these days. And like you said, I'm glad that it's talked about more and everything like that. So definitely mental health is important.
Yes.
Okay, I did miss one announcement. I knew it was one I was missing. So with the podcast, if anybody wants to know how you can support the podcast, this is one way that you can support the podcast. Buy some merch, y'all. So I have the 2025, and I hate I got this green screen going on right now. Let's see. You ain't gonna be able to see it. But I have 2025 calendars, y'all. I will be posting on my page what they look like and everything like that. Remember that I have notebooks for sale, bookmarks for sale, and journals for sale. So if you like to support the podcast, you can get something in return, get that merchandise, and support the podcast. Okay. All right. I have to remember that next time for the green screen. He didn't want to let me be great on that one. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the quote of the night, y'all. Y'all know how we do. So, in my little sabbatical, y'all, I've been watching TV. And sometimes, I go through my phases where I just binge watch things. And then after that, I might not even watch TV for a while. But this quote tonight was inspired by a TV show. A TV show that I was watching, and y'all, my husband was like, "Oh Lord." I had him to rewind it, and I hurried up and wrote it down real quick. But this quote is from Prison Break. Okay, so let me pull it up real quick. Make sure this goes stay on the screen though. So just know in everything that you do, you can find something inspirational. Just saying.
Yep.
Okay, so preparation can only take you so far. After that, you have to take a few leaps of faith. And this is from the character Michael Schofield off of Prison Break. Now, it ain't too off, y'all. This you can take this to the Bible. It say faith without works is dead and everything. So this right here is saying you can do all of the things when it comes to the things that you want to do and everything like that as far as preparation, but you have to take a leap of faith. And after a while, you just gotta do it. We can sit, we can wait, we can pray, but you got to put some work with that faith. Faith and works go hand in hand. So that's what I got out of that quote.
That was good.
That's what I got out of that quote. I was like, huh. Because a lot of people, we have plans and they just stay like that. They're just plans and you don't put anything to it. It's like, okay, it's a good plan. All right. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it?
Right.
You gotta, if you want to start a business, I don't know why I always go to starting a business, but if you want to start a business, yeah, you can have the plan all day. You can write it down and everything like that. But okay, are you gonna do the research to see what you need to do to start that business? Are you gonna see what competition you may have doing that business? Are you gonna see a plan A, plan B, plan C for this business? You got to put in some work. Otherwise, it's just a plan, y'all. So prepare all you want to, but take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith and just dive in there. I always say I'd rather try than to not try. Number one, because it what am I trying to say? It won't create a feeling of resentment because it's like, oh man, I wish I would have did that, or I could be this far along if I would have did that. That eliminates all of those feelings, and I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. You know what I mean? So that is what I got from that one quote from the show. And that speaks volumes, just that one quote. So what do you have off of that quote?
That was good. I'm just gonna say ouch because I was cleaning my office out the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this certain thing that I'm working on right now.
Okay.
And I really decided, okay, I'm gonna put my effort in and I'm gonna work on this. Like we're gonna do this. And part of that was creating folders. So as I'm going through all this paperwork and I'm creating folders, I kept finding notes about the thing that I'm working on now. And I had started making plans way back in probably 2022, 2023. I got notes everywhere, but I didn't start taking until just now. So when you read that quote, I'm like, okay, she just gonna slap me upside the head.
It be like that. It really do. It be like that. And that's just confirmation right there that go on and get it done. Go on and get it done. Anybody that's been following me on the podcast, y'all know I've been talking about this book that I've been writing. Now I done took a few steps since then, but I need to finish this book, y'all. I need to finish this book. So y'all keep on pushing me to finish this. I got books now that I gotta get out. I got a drama book. I got a compilation of poetry songs and things like that. And then I got two other book ideas that I've gotten just within the last year. So it's like I gotta get to work, y'all. I gotta get to work. I got so much I gotta do, and I gotta get it out there. So, y'all remember join us in the comments. I like for everybody. The things might pop up on the screen. Just saying. I like an interactive audience, and every season I usually do some giveaways throughout the season. So y'all get in them comments so y'all can be a part of the giveaway experience also. So all right. So one more time, y'all share the video if you're tuning in, if you're just tuning in. Anybody that's tuning in for the first time, Tips Tuesdays live rehashed is a spin-off of my audio podcast, Tips Tuesdays, where I give a just started back again with the audio podcast. So y'all tune in, go and check out that episode after y'all get off of this. Well, it might be a little late, but go and check out the episode on the podcast. It's called Keep It Simple. Keep it simple. All right. So, but I done lost my thoughts. I'm talking too much. Here we go. But y'all go and subscribe, follow, all of those things. Tips Tuesdays. We're gonna get into some topics tonight. As I told Miss Barbara, I'm doing things a little different this season because I took my little sabbatical for the from the audio podcast. So I didn't want to be doing the same topics over and over and over and over and over. So we're gonna start a new jar where it's just gonna have some topics in there, and these are the topics that we're gonna talk about tonight. Um,
You ready for me to do a drum roll?
yeah, cause y'all, I still don't have my drum roll. I still don't have my drum roll, but we're gonna have that next week. Y'all see, I got the announcements in, so yeah, we're gonna get that drum roll going. All right, here we go, drum roll. And y'all, there's really only three topics in the jar, and we're gonna talk about all three of them tonight. Okay, that's a good one. The small things and the big things. The small things and the big things. And I came up with this topic because a lot of times we don't really appreciate the small things until something really big happens in life. But you should appreciate the small things. One reason why I say that is because I'm finding out in my life right now that God will use the small things to show you how much He cares for you. Um, it could be just little things like, okay, for example, this past weekend, I had to cancel one of my gigs because all of a sudden my throat was doing something, and the morning of, I was like, yeah, this I ain't gonna be able to sing. It took everything in me to make that call to say I gotta cancel. So post on Facebook and let everybody know if anybody was coming to see me, that I wouldn't be there, and everything like that. And y'all, when I say like my church family, my church family, it was like, you gonna be okay? Like, you can't sing? You need to do this, you need to do that. I had and she's on here, Crystal, she done brought me some tea, she done made the little tea packets, put some tea bags in it with the peppermint and put it in a Ziploc bag, made with love and everything. Uh, but I was just like, y'all, it's just my throat. And they're like, no, but this is big. Like, I had another girl in church. And she was like, you need to go to Starbucks. You need to get this drink right here, and it's gonna get you right. It's gonna get you right." And I was like, "Okay." Later on in the evening, she was like, no, that day, Sunday, she was like, "Did you go and get your tea?" I said, "Yeah, I got my tea. Thank you." She was like, "Okay," because I was gonna bring it to you if you needed it, But it's things like that that may seem small, but the action of it is so big, so big. Because anybody that knows me, like, I don't really gravitate to a lot of people, and I try to keep to myself because in the past I've had friends that just aren't your friend for no reason. They just drop off the face of the planet. Um, so when people show that they care like that, that is one small gesture to them, but big gesture to me. That is very, very important. So small things matter. Small things are big. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture for it to matter. So that was one thing that I was thinking about when I wrote that topic down. So what comes to mind when you hear the small things and the big things, your perspective?
When you first read that, I immediately thought about death. Not to be morbid, but you know how when people pass away, or even a breakup, because like that's a form of death. It's the end of a thing.
Yes.
Even in a breakup, the things that were small, you start kind of reminiscing. Oh, they always put that, or they always did this or that. And you realize how big it really was and how much that intention meant. But when people are there with us, we don't necessarily appreciate those small things.
Yes.
We really do have to be intentional about appreciating people and appreciating finding the small moments to celebrate, because they really are big. So we do have to be intentional about that. And then the second thing I thought about was steps. Like when we walk, we just walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're taking a baby step, but that's a big step. When your baby first starts walking, everybody in the room is like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Baby walking. And even when they fall, you pick them up and they get back up and they try again. And we're all like, "Yay!" So when, as adults, did it get to the point where we stop celebrating small things and
Mm.
compartmentalize and say, "Oh, that's small"? No, the small really are the big things.
Right. Right. You really appreciate those small things as you get older. Really. And that's one way that you know that you are growing. That's one way that you know that you are maturing in life because you start to realize those things. And you don't take for granted and take advantage of those things. Um, so, with that being said, it might be somebody special in your life that you may not tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you appreciate them because, like you said, nowadays you just really never know. You can see one person today and they might be gone today. It
Yeah.
ain't it ain't like here today, gone tomorrow. It's like here today, gone today these days. So it's just like appreciate the people in your life, the things that they do for you. Don't take those small things for granted because when they're gone, oh, it's you gonna realize how big it was.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. So that one is a big one for me right now. Let me see what they're saying in the comments. Koina, embracing the small things prepare you for the big things and helps you to appreciate whatever that thing is much more. So true. So true. Yes. Let's see. Tevin Ramirez. What's up, Rev? The big things that make you realize the little things. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see what else somebody else said. Celebrate people while they're here to receive all the love. Yes, yes. Definitely celebrate people while they're here. I don't know about you, but it irks me.
Girl. I know.
It irks me when you go to like memorial services and stuff like that, and people are saying all these lavish things about the person, and they ain't even talked to that person for they never stopped to make sure that they were okay. They didn't even know they were sick. I'm like, make a t-shirt with my face on it now. Don't wait till I'm dead. Like, don't wait till I'm celebrate me now. As a matter of fact, we can have a service about me now. I'm just saying, like, don't wait till I go, because at the end of the day, I'm not seeing that. You know what I mean? That is just a formality for you, so
Yeah.
you can get your grieving process on. But like I said, like, do those things now while that person is alive, while that person is, moving around, So that's good. We'll celebrate people while they're here to receive all the love, for sure. For sure. Be intentional in and with the small things. Be intentional, for sure. Yes. So y'all in them comments, keep them coming, keep them coming. Let's see. It means a lot when people see your need and are quick to come to your rescue. You caused me to accept help. Oh, this is what I stepped on, y'all. You said you'll learn. I sure do. Like, when people are offering you help, first of all, you're doing this one thing when you don't accept their help, especially if it's something positive. Because make let me put a little something out there. But if it's something positive that somebody's trying to help you with, you turn it down. You're turning down their blessing. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And that's how I look at it. Don't turn down my blessing. So, like she said, she's learning to accept the help. You know, like I said, you'll learn. You'll learn. So, yes, that is so important. We gotta stop making funerals our reunions, because that's what they be.
It
That's what
is.
they be. Why not have a little shindig just because?
Yeah.
Why we gotta wait till everybody die? That's when we finding out who cousin is who, and oh man, I didn't know she was such and such. Like, let's learn about your family now before people die and stuff. I mean, it's been a year for my family, my husband's side of the family, where it's just been funeral after funeral after funeral. So definitely I understand, and like I said, that's the only time that we're getting together is for these funerals. It's like, let's talk to each other throughout the year. When somebody on your mind, text them real quick. You might not be able to call them, text them. That's my big thing. If I think about you in that moment, I'm sending you a text to let you know, hey, I'm thinking about you. You know, keep that communication going. All right. They cutting up in the comments right now. Let me text Terry Jones right now for a shirt to celebrate you. I better see that shirt too.
You'll
Let
still
me
come.
exactly. Look, I sent you the pictures for the shirt and everything. Oh, okay. And we're gonna go to the next subject here in a minute. If I wore your face on my shirt, you would laugh at me. I probably will, but hey, I'll send you the pictures, whatever you want to get on the shirt. Oh Lord, y'all cutting up. Y'all are cutting up. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so we're gonna go to the next subject. Like I said, we're gonna do all three.
I'm going.
Drum roll, drum roll. All right. It's going to get better.
Mm.
It's going to get better. Um, Do you want to take it first, or you want me to?
Um, okay. Do you remember that song? I can't. I ain't gonna try to sing. That ain't me. The song that says, "Oh, sooner or later it'll turn in my favor." It's turning around for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about that song like for like a few weeks now, just when different things was going on, and to encourage myself, I was singing that, but I was saying sooner than later. I don't even know if that's the actual lyric, but it's gonna. It's, there is no or later. It's gonna be sooner. It is gonna get better, and it really will. And I think that in the midst of going through something, it's so easy to, oh man, this is the end of the world. This is horrible, and it's just like a big tantrum. But if we
Mm-hmm.
expect it, it really will get better. And if you think about it, the things that you were worried about last year, the things that you cried over last year, and you thought, oh God, how am I going to get through this? You still here. You got through it. Yes,
Right.
you're still going forward in purpose. So just like you got through that and it got better to now, and your now is living out an answered prayer, your next will be too. So it really will get better.
It really will. Even though things don't look like it, just know that it's gonna get better.
Yep.
And the Bible says weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So keep that in mind when going through. And like my pastor always says, a how you go through determines how long you gonna go through.
Ooh.
So in the going through, just get yourself together, y'all. Just get yourself together. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be days that you like, I don't want to go. Look, I'm talking to myself because I'm telling y'all about what I've been going through.
Yeah.
We will get to the point where, and this is my ouch right here, because we just had revival at my church, and everything. I don't even know if they necessarily was talking about this, but it just kept standing out in my mind. Uh, you got to get it right with people. Just because you're going through something in life, and just because you're not where you want to be in life, doesn't mean that you have to project it onto other people with your attitude.
Come
And
on.
so, and I'm telling you, like this weekend, that just kept coming to mind. And then I was on a Bible study line with somebody, and that just kept coming to mind. They might not even been talking about exactly what I'm talking about right now, but that was the first thing. If the first thing that comes to your mind in situations is what you need to work on, 10 times out of 10, you need to work on that. So
Yeah.
I had to get myself together, and I was like, "Well, Allison, I don't went to Allison. Allison is my other self." Anyways,
You went to the other you?
I'm Tiffany on the show, but y'all know, if anybody knows, my government name is Allison. So if you hear Allison, that's what it is.
You had
But
to.
I had to tell myself, like, you gotta work on this attitude, because it was being projected onto a particular person at work. And every time I would see this person, or they would come and say something to me, like, I would have an attitude.
Ah,
They could be saying good morning. I'm just like,
why you talking to me? Yeah.
right. And I'm just like, it ain't good because I'm here. Like, you know, just because you're not where you want to be doesn't mean that you have to act like that. You need to have I'm gonna say, attitude of gratitude. you
Mm,
know. And another thing that came to mind was, like, at one point in time, this was an answer to your prayer. This, for you to be in this not necessarily position, but for you to have this opportunity, it was once a prayer that was answered.
yeah.
So you just have to go through whatever it is and believe that God will change this situation too. He did it when you came in. Why not now? Might not be taking as short of a time that you want it to be, but you have to go back in with a better attitude. And just honestly, y'all, I had to go and apologize. a lot of times we talk about forgiveness, and people don't want to do the hard part of the forgiveness when it comes down to that person might not even be tripping off with you having your attitude, but because you know that you got an attitude with them, you need to go back to them and
You're
say, you know what, I apologize. And they might be like, oh, well, I didn't even know this. They know this. They just like will tell you they know this.
yeah.
So, even in those moments, y'all, we are constantly growing as human beings. As I said before, when you start growing and maturing, you start noticing change. You start noticing when you need to change and things like that. That's how you know when you are maturing and you're being a better person, because we want to be better people every day, you
Right.
know. So, um, I'm getting off my rant.
It's funny that you said attitude of gratitude though, because something happened. I think it was yesterday. It might have been this morning, and I was just,
Mm,
I'm over this. And then Holy Spirit was like, say what? And so then I just posted attitude of gratitude. I copied it like 4 different times. And then whatever it was, I was irritated about. It couldn't have been too big because I don't even know what it was now.
right. But yeah, that's one thing, we're working on ourselves, once you identify a thing, then you can acknowledge, hey, I need to work on this.
Yeah.
And then once you know, I've heard people say, don't tell me, because then once I know, then I'm responsible for it. I'm accountable to it. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
they wasn't lying, because once you know it, it's like once you know better, you're supposed to do better. You
Yeah.
know, like otherwise, then what's the point? What is the point? You're not maturing. You're not growing. You're not going to the next level. You're just being comfortable because you don't want to change.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, those some nuggets out there for y'all. Those are some nuggets. I'm telling y'all, just with this little break from the audio podcast, it's been I guess eye opening for me, because you can never get to the point where you don't need to work on yourself.
That's it.
You don't always have to work on something. You ain't got it all together. We never really will. So all we can do is try to be better people every day, and know that whatever situation that it is that you're going through right now, that it is going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to get better. I was trying to look for those lyrics, but I I don't know if this is the right song. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right. I had to look and see here in a minute. All right, so let's get to this third topic, y'all. This is getting good. I see y'all in the comments. I see y'all. Queen said, hold up, let me put the right one up. Queen said, why is it not hitting hers? I don't know why it's not letting me do that. But hey, Miss Lakeisha. Oh, it might be. I don't know what's going on with my comments.
I saw Venetia.
Uh, Queen said, Tiff, we're gonna end 2024 controlling our faces, cause
That's a whole nother topic.
girl, I need to put that in the topics,
Yeah.
controlling faces.
Getting
'Cause,
out.
man, I know for a fact I gotta work on it. I know I gotta work on it. Cause I'm the type of person that I don't like I don't like being fake.
Yeah.
So when people act fake, I gotta work on my faces, y'all. I do. So yes, by the end of 20, I don't ain't we just gonna do better. I ain't gonna say by the end of 2024. But we gonna do better.
Let's do better.
Pastor Ramirez said, touch your neighbor and say, fix your face. Yes. All right. So last topic of the night. This is getting good. I told you you was. Look, I told you it was gonna be good, didn't I? Yeah. Now look, I said that, but when I started this podcast, I didn't know what I was doing. Starting a podcast, and I don't like to talk, but you probably can't tell that right now. But
Because you're natural at it. I mean, it just comes so easy.
people who have always said that, like, cause like when a few years back, somebody like just randomly they like messaged me and was like, "Have you ever thought about being a radio host?" And I was like, no, I don't even like talking to people like that. Number one. Number two, I don't like my voice. Number three, I will sing before I talk in front of people. So it's been a very interesting 3 years now that the podcast is going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years in February that I've been doing the podcast. So oh,
Yeah.
I said when you said you was a little nervous, I was like, no, you got this, because yeah, we got this. All right, so last topic is make it count.
Mm.
Make it count. And y'all, before she takes this, if y'all got any topics, and I do mean this, I want to see it. As a matter of fact, put it in the comments, because I say this every episode. Send me some topics for us to talk about on the show. So go ahead, put some in the comments, because I'm gonna go through the comments. I want to see some tonight. Y'all put some topics in the comments. All right, so make it count. I'm gonna let you go.
You know what? Okay, so the first topic was the small things, right? The big things and the small things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was, what was the second one?
It's going to get better.
Get better. So, in the big things and the small things, since you know that it's going to get better, make it count. So whatever we're doing, like somebody said earlier, it's the intention. Be intentional, make it count. Because we are kingdom people. We're walking on purpose. We're walking in purpose. So we don't even, whatever we're doing, we don't even want to be haphazardly with it. Make it count. Make it count. And that's all I got on there. It's that's so juicy by itself. Just make it count.
Mm-hmm.
You're worth it anyway. So whether it's big or small,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're going through something or not, it's going to get better. So whatever you're doing, whatever effort, if you decide to put your hand to it, if you decide to let it come out of your mouth, if you decide to say yes, then you should want to make it count anyway.
Make it count. Be intentional.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. Be intentional. Don't just be half doing stuff. If
Oh,
you do it, do it. A person on my show, she said, shout out to Candace, now Rusin. But she said, if I can't do it 110%, I ain't doing it. And when she said that, I was like, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because if you're not gonna put your all and some into it, then what you doing it for?
because you're wasting time. You're wasting energy. You're not going to do it.
Exactly.
If you're not going to do it and do your best, what are we doing?
Right. So do it 110,
Yeah.
or don't do it at all. Like I said, big shout out to her on that. She just really does not know how much she inspired me on that one. I was like, man, and that's with any and everything that you do in life. Don't just half do it. This is what they say, first impression is the last impression. Is it the first impression is last impression? Something like that. But
Never get a second chance to make a first impression.
yeah, and people look at that first impression.
Yeah.
You could have done a better job the second, third, or fourth time, but they gonna remember the first time you did it.
hours. It takes about from this training I got, it takes 8 hours to recover from a first impression experience. So if that first impression was a negative impression,
Mm-hmm.
for the next 7 hours, it's people still looking at you sideways. It's gonna take 8 hours for them to change their mind on you. So why do that? Let that first impression count. Make it count.
Yes. Yes. With everything.
With
Make
every
it count.
yeah.
Make it count. So, man, it's been good tonight.
Hey,
It has been really, really, really good tonight. Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Maybe.
I don't know. These topics have been so good. Cause listen, I'm back over here with what your pastor about. How you go through something, how long you're gonna be in it.
Man,
Sis, it all goes together. So
yes.
you know what I'm
Make
saying?
it count.
All of it. It's just amazing to me how all those topics went together. And even with that, how you go through it, it determines how.
Yes.
So
How
that's
long you gonna be in that situation?
so it's gonna get better, but how long is it gonna take? It depends on.
Exactly.
Are you gonna make it count? I mean, it all ties in together. So look, I'm good. All these topics were excellent.
I
Now,
mean, you can even take it to the Bible how the children
come on.
were in the wilderness for 40 years, and you know what, they probably could have been out of that wilderness, but they was moaning and complaining, and God was blessing them, and they sitting up here still complaining and everything. Well, you sent down this, but I didn't want that, like that ain't what I wanted, like we get like that in life. It's like God continues to bless you and bless you and bless you, and it's just never good enough. And we have to get to the point where I'll get to the point where I recognize it. Like, thank God for my husband, because he when I came to him and I was like, honey, I gotta apologize to this person. He was like, well, I'm glad that you came to that conclusion, because I was just ready for you to, come to the conclusion,
Right.
but if he realized that, then I know the other person realized it. But how you go through is just so important. Shout
Yeah.
out to Bishop Barry Macon. That's my pastor, Restoration House of Praise. But yeah, that is one thing that has stuck with me since he said that. I'm just like, I know it's easier said than done, because when you're going through a situation and it seems like it's never gonna be an end to it, it seems like it's just you walk through those doors and it's just like, you know but you got to find a way to, as my husband said, to get a different perspective of it. If you got to, I know one thing that I'm doing, when it comes to my job, I'm like, okay, I'm about to put these headphones in, and I'm about to put my music in, and I got to get my energy up when it comes to doing this job, because like I say, you get to the point where you kind of feel like you uh get into a state of depression once you get into the situation, and it's like, I gotta be at work, I gotta pay bills,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to do something about this,
Yeah.
and you, as in the person going through it, you gonna have to do something about this, until the time comes and the time arrives for the situation to change. you know
You said something though about perspective, about getting a new perspective. Even with that, I know it's someone told me once. I said I gotta go to work, and they said no, you get to go to work, and that stuck with me. So I do customer service. So even if the people on the other end of the headset are tripping, I get to come here today. Well, I get to log in. I get to log in and I get to work. There are people, won't even say there are people. There have been times when I may not have gotten to go to work when I was, looking for a job or getting unemployment. So now I get to go to work. So when you put things in that perspective, you have to actively be intentional about changing your mindset. You have to actively be the coach to give yourself a pep talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going to be somebody sitting beside you saying, "Oh, hold your head up." No, you may have to tell yourself that. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
be really intentional about your mindset.
Definitely. And like you said, sometimes you gotta encourage yourself.
Yes.
You know, you might have to encourage yourself a little longer than you want to, but you gotta encourage yourself.
Now I'm
But
gonna be
like I said,
right.
right. But like I said, at the end of the day, I gotta pay my bills. So I don't think the Lord would want me out on the streets somewhere. So I gotta pay my bills, you know. Although I do be thinking sometimes they might got it better. No, let me stop. I do be having them thoughts, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Don't act like y'all ain't never had them thoughts.
Like, well, Lord.
Man. So yeah, just remember to how you go through a situation is gonna determine how long you're gonna be in that situation.
Yeah, and it gets better.
It gets better. And I'm about to do everything in my power to if I gotta start writing some post-it notes, I meant to get some post-it notes today. Get some post-it notes to put on my mirror and when I'm getting myself together in the morning, you know, I keep saying I'm do stuff like that. I still can. I think I might start on that tonight. I don't know. I'll tell y'all how that goes. But and as Crystal said in the comments, no complaints.
Yeah,
Has anybody been working on not complaining?
girl. That.
Yeah.
But you know, your job, you, you, your job
Mm-hmm.
is just is funding right now until your dream
Mm.
is
Girl.
what's going to be funding and taking care of you. So you really, because you got a wealth of gifts in you. So what you're doing right now, this is just funding right now. It's just paying the bills right now until what you love and until your passions are able to sustain your life and give you an even better life. So
Amen.
I see that.
I'm accepting that because, like you said, I got so much to do, y'all. I got so much to do. I can't be tied down to no job. I
Mm-mm.
can't be tied down to no job. So, with that being said, y'all need to be financially giving into this podcast. Y'all need to be financially giving into everything I got going on. I'm just saying, help a sister out. I'm trying to quit this job.
First, because I didn't know about the flyers. I didn't know you made flyers.
Yes, ma'am. I should look. I should advertise it more. That's another thing my husband was on me about. He was like, um, "What about Tiff Promotions?" And I'm like, "What about it?" And he was like, "Everything that you do is Tiff Promotions, so you need to be advertising that more." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you right. Everything y'all see on this screen right here is Tiff Promotions. You know, the flyers that y'all see on my page is Tiff Promotions. So y'all gonna hear more about Tiff Promotions. You know, so if y'all need any flyers made, hit me up. Hit me
You know,
up. I'm glad you said that."
you know, I'm gonna say this. Now we were talking about pet peeves, right?
uh,
I love Canva, but you know,
mhm,
everybody. Sometimes you need somebody else who's got more. You might have a vision. I might have a vision, and I can throw some little, pictures up here. But then I need somebody else who's more creative. You know,
mhm.
really make that vision pop. And it's okay. You know, we all start out. We can only do what we can do, or we can only afford what we can afford. But if you got it in the budget, it's perfectly okay to pay somebody else to make your flyer. Let somebody else who can do it. Because when I see some
Yes.
flyers, they kind of, you know, it's nothing like a beautiful, well-made flyer.
Mhm. Mhm.
So y'all go and get Tiffany to do stuff.
Put that plug in for me. Yes, ma'am. I would look. I do this every time. Every time it comes down to the episode, I be like, well, today I wasn't so bad on energy, but usually like I'll be like really tired before the show. And then once we have the show, then I'm so pumped that I gotta come down from that high.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be me tonight. Yeah, I might get to bed by 12 or 1.
I already made plans for my dogs. I was like, because I know how it goes. So I was like, I know adrenaline will be going. I'm gonna go walk.
Yes, it is a good feeling. It is a good feeling. You know, I've thought about like changing the time of the show, but then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna keep it like it is. Um, like I said in my episodes today, keep it simple, keep doing what you do, and keep it moving.
It's
You know.
and that's the beauty of technology. Like you were talking about streaming shows, like
Hmm.
you went and stream that. Well, keep it consistent. We know you're here at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, but if I can watch it, then I'll just like I watch my shows on Hulu the next day. Well, I'm gonna catch Tiff tomorrow, so
Yes,
I know where you are at 9 o'clock on Tuesday.
exactly. Exactly. So keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep doing it.
Make it
Keep doing
count.
it. Yes, make it count.
Yeah.
Uh, Venetia Fuller. She said, "You better prophesy, Barbara." All right now, yes.
All
Look,
right.
I receive it. I receive it. Y'all been showing out in them comments. Shout out to everybody in the comments. And I see that y'all put some topics in there. So I will be putting some of those topics in the jar so we can get this season rolling a little more. Y'all continue to tune in. So this season is from October to the end of December. And yes, the way the Tuesdays fall, y'all. The last Tuesday of the year is New Year's Eve.
Wow.
New Year's Eve. So we will be doing some things as it gets towards the end of the season. So y'all just continue to follow me, subscribe, let somebody else know about the podcast, the audio podcast, and watching the live. If you've missed any of the seasons, you can always go back on Facebook and YouTube. Check out all of those episodes, binge those episodes. We talked about how you can support the podcast. Y'all can support it for free just by streaming the podcast, by streaming the episodes on the YouTube channel and everything like that. So, you want to know how you can support? These are the ways that you can support the podcast free of charge. Now, if you would like to financially give to the podcast, check out that cash app right there at the bottom of your screen. Tips Tuesdays, all lowercase. Whatever you give, it will help towards anything that the podcast is doing. So I'm so excited about this new season. I hope that y'all are as excited as I am. Um, Thank you to my supporters. Again, I can't say that enough because I have some that are just in here all the time. And like I said, the small things are big to me.
That's it.
The small things are big to me. To somebody else that might be out there doing something, don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the numbers. Keep doing what you do. And eventually them numbers is gonna grow. So I'm just really excited. Do you have any last words, Miss Barbara?
Again, just thank you for having me. Like you, my birthday is in October, so this
Oh, what day?
17th.
Okay, I'm just getting a lot of people on the 17th now.
Yeah,
Mine's on the 26th.
yep, the 17th was a good day.
I see.
But yeah,
I see.
that's why I was excited when we talked. When you first invited me, and I selected October 1st. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
There
Um,
you go.
but there is one other thing. Well, I don't have the full information, so I won't even talk about that. Thank you for inviting me. Y'all be
Uh,
sure to check out the Glow Up Chat this Saturday at 3 o'clock with Pierre McShane. I'll be talking to him, and it was amazing. I'm just honored to be here.
that's what's up. So y'all make sure y'all go on her social media. Go follow her on social media. They can just put in with Barbara Owens or Barbara E. Owens.
Yeah, on
Doesn't
Facebook.
matter.
Well, on Facebook is Barbara E. Owens, but
Hmm.
everywhere else is Created to Inspire.
Created to inspire. Okay, y'all go and follow her on all social media. created to inspire. And put that on the screen for y'all. I did that quick, so let me make sure I spelled it right. But yes, y'all go and support. I'm big on supporting. I might not be able to go to a lot of things, but one thing I can do, I can hit their share button. I can make you a quick little advertisement. I can support in the ways that I support if I can't be there. And eventually, y'all will see her again, hopefully on Riff and Red. We're going to look into 2025, getting her in on one of those book interviews.
25, wow.
2024, yes, this 2024 is just like, Lord, it has gone fast, very fast. We're about to be in 2025. Who thought we would have been saying 2025, first of all?
Right.
I ain't gonna say how old I am, but I remember when we were scared and thought that it was gonna be the end of the world in 1999.
Yep. And you know, not even so old enough. We are seasoned enough to be saying, I remember when. Look, trust, my son reminds me that I'm getting older every day. I have an 18-year-old, y'all. So might not look like it, but yeah, they're gonna find you.
Yes, always. And he's like, well, mama, you gonna be, I ain't gonna say my age just yet. Well, I already posted it on Facebook. He said, you gonna be 37? I said, yes. And he said, man, you almost 40? I said, really?
You're not even 37 yet, and he already jumped to 40.
And I already jumped there. I'm just like, come on now. Well, kids, they will keep you, what's the word I want to use? Very humble.
Yeah.
So, yes, you better post that. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and end the night out. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my guest, Ms. Barbara. Y'all, just follow for future endeavors, anything that anybody has going on that comes onto this podcast. So y'all just continue to support, continue to follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Remember, support financially too. Just putting that out there. Hopefully my cash app will go off tonight because y'all just really want to give into this podcast. So just putting it out there. You know, they say if you don't ask,
that's what they say.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Now that's what they say.
Just saying. So I'm just putting it out there. But now, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Have a wonderful week. Remember, how you go through a situation determines how long you're going to be in that situation. So I'm not just preaching to myself. I know somebody else out there is going through something and you probably going through it bad. So get your perspective together, get your mental together, and let's go on through with grace. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, let me go to the right thing on here. Here we go. All right, y'all have a good night.
Good night.
A little motivation.